cooking conspiracy. And I got dinner to make, and I also got a company potluck tomorrow. So obviously I gotta make a dish to pass. So we're gonna prep a cheesecake for that, and we're gonna fry up some chicken thighs. Uh, yeah, hey, well, I'll try to start trying to be a little bit more regular, and hopefully I can post and schedule in advance and this and that. So maybe you can get groceries and cook along, but we'll see. All right, so what we got to do here? We're making cheesecake from Gordan Ramsay's book here. But I've tried this before, and he doesn't give instructions on how to make a crust. So we're going to free ball it. So we're going to make about a cup of graham cracker crumbs. Mix it together with, I don't know, a bunch of butter and see how it turns out. Put it on the bottom of this spring form pan and then follow his recipe. So let's get started. So obviously you could just crumble it up, but I mean this looks like a good ass kicker, so I'm really excited to use it. Give it a taste test so you know how sweet it is. Alright. Freedom's Choice graham crackers, not too bad. Even has a cheesecake recipe on the outside here. We'll try that next time, but next time ain't tonight, right? So start beating the shit out of those graham crackers, so you know. No, this actually works pretty good. What's going on? Functional. We're using at least 6 tablespoons of butter tonight. Oh, big eyes. Or are those boobs? I can't tell. 0, 0. What's going on, Ryan? How you doing? We're gonna make a cheesecake to throw in the oven, and then we're all gonna make just fried chicken thighs and some yams for dinner, you know? Ooh, with graham crackers for a cheesecake? You could, but I'm not going to. I just don't think garlic would mesh well. What's going on, Powerpuff? How you doing? Jay Brown, you got... That's better than the Big Booty Bandits, so, I'll tell you what. I also use a blender, food processor, whatever. There are more efficient ways to do this, but it's kind of therapeutic, on a Thursday night. I'm doing pretty good, Powerpuff. Thank you for asking. That's discussing functional. Oh, ho wiener, warming up a little bit. That's what we're hoping for, Ryan Thompson. We'll see if it happens or not. But, so while I am crumbling up my graham crackers here, what's going on, Eddie? I don't have a microwave, so what I'm gonna do Put a little bit of water in this, put a top on, steam it down, and melt down half a stick, 6 tablespoons of butter or so. I'll be right back. All right. So take the butter's protective layer out, a cheesecake, and then dinner. So unwrap your butter, remove the protection. The butter goes in into a little boat. We'll see how this works. I'll go ahead, turn that on. I'll keep an eye on it. Let's put it on over a medium-low heat. No, because I don't have the counter space for it. Did not come with the house. It's a rental, and only time I really used the microwave, the last place I lived, was melting butter for popcorn. So, I mean, what really can you do with a microwave that you can't duplicate with something else, you know? And I don't want cancer. Baby steps functional. I don't know, I just don't use it. But I didn't have a microwave when I lived in Italy. Got used to it. And I didn't have one in Japan either, so turns out it's not a necessity in life. I'm just curious, what couldn't you live without a microwave for? I mean, help me understand functional. Don't you just need hot water to make top ramen? Eggs are cool. Well, I could probably find an egg. Oh, you said ground beef. No meatloaf tonight, sorry. There. It's about a cup. Grind up a couple more crackers, depending on how thick you like it. Oh man, well that's why you're here, Halo. We're glad to have you. Like, are you cooking like TV dinners in the microwave, or like steaming vegetables in the microwave? Because there's a big difference. about the brown ones? Where are the chopsticks at? Well, here's one of them. The other one's serving as bookmark right now. Oh, thank you, Ayla. I mean, I get the feeling that you're Asian, so you probably make better dumplings than I do. But maybe I'm wrong. We're prepping a cheesecake, and then we're gonna make dinner after that. Yes, suck it, functional. We gotta go find a mixing bowl. I gotta go find the mixing bowl that I actually wanted. Not the one that I wanted, but it'll have to work. It's my popcorn bowl. Butter is melted. Turn off the heat. Now I gotta find oven mitt. So, get that out of the way. That butter is going to be hot. Here's a cup of graham cracker beat up. Ooh, s'mores overrated. Got to be made on the beach. Yeah, well, there's a lot of bullshit in fake ingredients. Just saying. Just kidding. Money came from Hawaii. Yeah, well, sell some pineapples if you want Hawaiian money. Cup of graham cracker, crumbs. Let's see how much this is. That's got to be about half cup. Yeah. So half cup of that. We're going to go 6 tablespoons of butter measured before you melted it. We'll take a minute and read what Owen said. Yeah, it would also work, or you could just hand it. Okay, gotcha. But, use what you got. I mean, it doesn't have to be ideal or perfect or whatever, but a cup and a half crumbled graham crackers. Oh, shit. That butter's not really melted that good, but guess it's going to have to be softened butter. We're okay with that. And, these graham crackers aren't that sweet, so let's go ahead and call it a 1/4 cup of sugar, yeah? I'm a little bit concerned what you're talking about your brick is, and hopefully its mortar is good to go. Investigate that noise, wieners. Now, I got some stuff to stir it. So I got graham cracker, 6 tablespoons of, I guess, softened butter. I mean, pulled out a little bit prematurely, you want to leave it in as long as you can, but you don't want to overdo it. So we're going to break that up a little bit. And then we're going to stir it up. Yeah, it really needed to be melted probably, but we'll see if we can get this to texture what I read in a Google. That you want it to be kind of like the consistency of sand. What, truth be told, that's a terrible description because sand can look at like many different things depending on where you're at and how many cats have been in the sandbox. So we're just going to stir and hope for the best. Break up any chunks we see. And I don't think we'll need to do any more melting of butter or anything like that. But we're going to stir. Oh yeah. I mean, putting it in a plastic bag and then smashing it. You don't even have to use a rolling pin. You could use a rock. You could use a pan. Most people have a fry pan. Yeah, well, you want soft butter. You want strong sausage. I think Confucius said that, but I'm not sure. I'm not looking to take on any freeloaders at this time. But thank you for your concern, Scarface. Yeah, well, it ain't that type of porno, Nicholas. The ginger. But we're just going to smash all those lumps off. I should have melted it all the way. She's a pay a few loaders. Yeah, well, you know, I've heard something about the 3 Fs, if it flies or floats. I forget the third one, but you're better off renting. But I don't know. I think that's just an airplane and boat reference. I'm not sure what the third F is. Well, Ginger, you're Nicholas, you're a ginger that has no soul, and nobody cares about you enough to make you dinner. So I think you should hit the gym to overcome your terrible hair color. And you probably have no soul. Maybe you're a day walker at best. A little taste. Yeah, well, he ain't gotten anything tasty to eat in a while. Maybe we should start calling him Nicole. My belly feels pretty good, buddy. Taste it, you get kind of an idea of what it's going to taste like as a crust for your cheesecake. Well, Nicholas can look away and you can get crumbly crust. I'm going to go get some more butter. You'll see why. Alright, so we got that ready to go. Guys, that's alright. Thinking anything sweet needs just a little bit of salt, not too much. You can even put in your hand before you put it in there, so. Yeah, well, that's probably because you're bald. You know how many potatoes it takes to starve an Irishman, Nicholas? Yeah, back when you were, 22, you had hair. But now you're 27 and it's all gone. Definitely don't want it too salty, but just a pinch is all you need. That's all. And just for the record, I always use unsalted butter, so I always add my own salt. I got further questions, Nicholas. I mean, if I Google St. Nicholas, I just keep getting a picture of Santa Claus, so I don't know who you're trying to be here. So I got this 9-inch springform pan or whatever the store had. Like I said, the potluck's tomorrow. I gotta play to win, so I bought it. We'll see if it's any good. Taking this stick of butter, and this one's for you, functional, and we're gonna lube it up. What that means, I'm just rubbing it, aggressively rubbing it along the bottom of the pan and on the sides where my cheesecake mixture is gonna touch. And that should keep it lubricated and prevent it from sticking. You don't want it to become too dry, you want it to remain moist along the edges. Alright. So that's good to go. Let's set that off to the side and make our filling now. Butter's butter, cow's a cow. Yeah, now he's trying to tell us how he's not a ginger. He's a ginger. Yeah. So let's put our crust in. I don't know, you started it. You called me fat. What'd you expect to happen? So, graham cracker, butter, sugar mix goes in. We're just going to pat it down until it gets hard. Get it along the edges. And I don't know, the recipe book doesn't have instructions on this, but American Pie taught me you need to preheat the oven before you stick in the turkey, and the cheesecake's going to go in here. So I figure we better make a better landing pad out of our crust. So we're going to go ahead and put it in the oven for 10 minutes while we beat the meat mixture, and it'll be good. Cheesecake. Well, you want a good crust on a cheesecake, Lord have mercy. What's going on, pest control? Good to see you. Nice, compact. Give it a nice base. You want a good foundation. A foundation is everything in life. You don't want to have to repeat steps, Just gonna go around the edge, make sure everything's padded down tight. Yeah, well, you never answered me how many potatoes it takes to starve an Irishman, Nicholas. The answer is 0. It takes 0 potatoes to starve an Irishman. But yeah, and I think that's what she said is more appropriate as a that's what he said moment. But let's go pop this in for 10 minutes, and then we'll go. Send a picture. hell are all my towels? Yeah, here's one. Yeah, you did. You commented on my gut or my stomach or something, you know? Is there corn in Chicago? Chicago sucks. Alright. Alright, we're moving on. Gordan Ramsay's home cooking. Moving on to the cheesecake section. 20 ounces, cream cheese at room temperature. We read the package, 2 8-ounce packages, so that's 16 ounces. And you're going to need half of one of them 8-ounce packages. That brings you to 20. Well, you know, I feel like the confusion is your own fault on that one, Chicago West. So, need a knife, don't I? We're just gonna go full Leroy Jenkins on this. Actually, we're not. Don't want to ruin the knife. Not that I think that would ruin the knife, but chubby. Well, YouTuber, you're probably a chubby chaser, so good for you. Alright. So there. 20 ounces of cream cheese. Let's go put that in a bowl and see what's next. Not quite room temperature, but getting close. Still some crumbs in the bowl. We're going to wipe them out. I don't think it's going to matter. I'll just add some texture to the cream cheese filling. Not concerned. 2 8-ounce packages. So I only need one of these. It's 8 ounces. Yeah, we'll see. Knock, knock. Who's there? Dead inside. Now, honestly, I'm starting to get the impression that this is a great time for a potato masher. Oh, 2 in 1 box. Not many people can do 2 in 1 box. Probably more could, but it's frowned on by society. Yeah, it's a game. It's part of the territory, you know? Yeah, I don't know. It's all right. You know, he's playing the game. 2 8-ounce packages. Okay, so that's 20 ounces. Now I'm going to put in another 4 ounces that I don't know what to do with. So that's 24 ounces of cream cheese. Was a little bit more than the recipe calls for. I'm looking at it. I'm thinking about how to fill up that 9-inch spring foam pan. and I think I need another 4 ounces, so guess what I'm gonna do? Might as well make it 28 ounces, it'll be fine, right? Better than one. Yeah. And we added extra cream cheese in there, increased the recipe by about 30%. So we're gonna have to compensate for that. Let's go look at the recipe when I get back in half a second. Well, you know, eating boxes can be a lot of fun. You're gonna need an extra egg. Okay. And a cup of sugar. Cup of sugar. We can do a cup of sugar. Maybe. I gotta go check on the crust. That reminds me that's cooking away. I don't want to overdo it. I'm not sure if I remember to set my timer or not. Cup of sugar, yeah. Does everybody agree that's a cup of sugar? Or close enough. Oh man. What are we doing with chocolate? I need some details. Alright, 2 minutes on cheesecake crust. Alright. I need eggs and something to beat my eggs in. Oh, damn it. Where's my cheese grater? Sorry. well. It's still coming up to room temperature. What I miss. Peanut butter is good. I mean, literally joking. Ooh, Nicholas is stirring the pot. Diabetes, yum yum, hell yeah. I see a fly on the table. These things happen. Not stressed. I'm done with this. We can make some more room. I'm definitely done with this. I can clear this out. Done with this trash. You're trash, just like me. And then we're done with the cream cheese, so we can take the leftovers back to his home. Graham crackers we're done with. Some cliche about breaking eggs. Hey, what's going on, Kathy? How you doing? Can you see me not trying to? Yeah, well, are we talking left hand or right hand, Nicholas? What are you talking about? So, let's go ahead, crack some eggs. Make sure you have a trash plate out here, it'll make it a lot easier. Making progress here. I'm looking around to see if I have a fork to mix those with here handy. Yeah, I do. No idea what's on it, so we're gonna wipe it off. No, I can't see you, Kathy, but I bet you're pretty hot. Stab the yolks. Lightly beat them. My crust is in the oven, so I better go pull out on time. As always. Lightly beat the eggs. Take the oven mitt with me, I'm gonna need it. Now it's still got to go back in the oven with the cheesecake filling on it. And I don't know if you can see, but the edges have just started brown. So we will pull it out and make our toppings. Or filling, or whatever you want to call it. Shit. So we got our eggs lightly beaten. Let's set that off to the side. I really need to get more organized when I do this. So let's go ahead and set the plate out. Where'd my grater go? Just had it in my hand. It was right there, I swear. Make sure you don't have any cheese remaining on it. If you do, just wipe it out. The dogs will take care of it. Challenging cheesecake. Yeah, well, We'll see how it turns out. Recipe calls for the zest of 1 lemon. So what that means is the outer layer of skin, none of the bullshit pith from inside of it. Yeah, you don't want to overwork it though, because then you get a bunch of air bubbles and shit like that, and then when you cook it, all the air expands or whatever, and then when it cools down, the cheesecake ain't supported anymore, so it collapses like a condo building in Florida, you know? So really, you know, you should just not be an invalid and mix your cheesecake filling by hand. Well, sounds like I was right. You are probably hot. Oh yeah, punch of cream cheese like Jackie Chan, you know, we'll see. Not ruling it out. Oh, yikes. Like Michael Jordan? Not really my style. Or Mike Tyson? Still not my style. To be honest, Kathy is a common girl's name from where I'm from. Now, so there we go, got a good amount of that lemon peel off. Yes, I did rinse it. That'll take off, you know, any off-putting thing that it acquired in the field or whatever. Okay. Next step before I did anything else is mix together the sugar and cream cheese. So we're gonna be here a while, folks. Good thing I got a wooden spoon. It's good for mixing as well as beating children. But I'm just gonna start mixing away. Actually, I don't think I want a wooden spoon for this. I think I want a potato masher. We're gonna find a potato masher and see if that works better for this. I think it will. Oh yeah, this is gonna be the right tool for the job, folks. And oh yeah, Aunt Mimi's gonna be proud. Could have used a mixer, and I'm sure there are more efficient ways than this, but this is working better than the wooden spoon, and you use what's available. Meanwhile, I'm getting distracted by Janet Jackson light on us here. You know. And what were your thoughts on the Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake situation? Being in the entertainment industry and all. What's going on, pest control? That sounds delicious, Nicholas. Are you a chunky or are you a creamy person, Nick? The alleged ginger that says he has brown hair before it turned white. Really should get a mixer. It might make this easier. Well, this is going to turn out pretty damn good, though. I'm confident. Oh, yeah, the potato masher is doing a good job of getting it mixed all evenly. Or close enough. After all, I am serving at a potluck of people that won't even know who brought it, so I don't really care that much, but it's a personal pride thing. Oh, so you're like a undercover movie star, kind of like a James Bond chick. I like it. Got my attention now. I always had a fantasy for Bond girls. As you can see, cream cheese, sugar has been combined evenly or evenly enough. Now we still got some more bullshit to add to it. So let me go read the next step in the recipe. That's good. I like creepers. Moist is good. That'll work. Okay. Got a couple more steps I gotta do. Alright. Got some flour here. Two tablespoons of flour. We can do that, I mean. And guess what? We're not even gonna measure. That's a tablespoon. Tablespoon. And do account for the overage or the increase in cream cheese. Use mom, different way mob. What's mom? No, probably not tonight, you know, depending on your time zone. It's only 7:30 my time, but cheesecake, once I put it in the oven, I'm gonna probably leave y'all because then you gotta cook it, then you gotta let it cool in the oven forever, refrigerate it, and then you can put your what am I trying to say, topping on it if you want to do that. I haven't decided what I'm going to top this yet. Well, Kathy, we love to have you, but if you're that tired, maybe you should go to bed. I mean, I'm not exactly sure what you want me to say in that situation. Let's get some strawberries. We're going to dice them up. They're semi-frozen, what's fine, but we definitely do want to cut them into little pieces. Remember, they're going into the same place with all them crumbs, all that cream cheese, so Don't stress if the ingredients touch each other. There's nothing on this board that's going to hurt the cheesecake here. And if you're really stressed, I suggest you find somebody to deal you Xanax, you know. And rotate, give it a couple nice throughs. Whip up some Coke. Oh, wow. I'm from the U.S., originally Michigan. I'm making a cheesecake, or at least getting to the point where I put it in the oven tonight. And then I'm going to make some chicken thighs and yams for dinner. So, got to make something to bring to the company potluck tomorrow. So, we're going cheesecake. I expect I'll have to go head-to-head with some pre-made store-bought bullshit. So, I'm playing to win. Oh yeah, that almost cut a finger off. That's why you use your knuckle to guide your knife, so that doesn't happen. Yeah, in a little bit of hurry. But hey, strawberries are red, so even if I was bleeding, what I'm not, you wouldn't see it. I'll just run the knife through the berries a couple times going the other way. And this way your floaties are the appropriate size. That can't be more than a cup and a half of strawberries. It'll be enough though to give it a nice strawberry flavor when combined with that lemon zest. It'll be excellent. Oh God. While I do that, my rules old order online can't go out. Yeah, well, preparation is important. What can I say? Yeah. So we're gonna add our eggs in bit by bit. And then we're gonna add the flour. And then we're gonna add our lemon zest. And then we're gonna fold in all our strawberries here. So bit by bit to me means, there, that looks bit by bit. I'll mash it up for a bit. And have my, and then we're just gonna mash. So I'm hoping this turns out, I'm guesstimating, but I got about 28 ounces of cream cheese, to about 4 eggs, to 1 cup of sugar, I don't know, 2.5 tablespoons of flour, however much strawberries are on the board that I'm crushing here and probably gonna ruin my shirt with by the end of the night. I should have moved that over just a little bit more, but you get the idea. The zest of 1 lemon. What other questions do you people have? Maybe this is bit by bit. I don't know what the definition of bit by bit Gordan is. Give me a drip rate. How many drips per minute? I don't know. Let's just add another third of the eggs in and keep beating. When in doubt, beat harder. The rest of the egg goes in. Do all of that you could order online. Well, you also could be poor, Kathy, and I don't plan on being poor, you know. And I'm starting to doubt, well, you kind of sound pretty entitled. Starting to doubt that you're a real movie star, but you probably live off of daddy's money, though. So, yeah. What's going on, Mike? How you doing? Good to see you again. You ever get in a situation where you feel like you gotta win the company potluck? Whether that's for Thanksgiving, Memorial Day, Veterans Day, whatever. Right now I'm working on cheesecake. Already got the crust made. Got some egg, cream, cheese, sugar in the bowl here. Mixing it up pretty good. You got one quick taste test before I add in the lemon and strawberries, and it tastes excellent. It's gonna go in the oven. It'll kill everything. And I know where my mouth's been. I don't know where your mouth has been, so I won't judge. Alright. Flour is going in about, I don't know, 2.5 tablespoons worth. As well as the lemon zest. And honestly, people, if you're not tasting your food as you go, you're doing it wrong. I mean, I'd much rather serve guests some microbes than shitty food. There's no greater, awful situation than having to choke down some shitty food just to be polite, It's very rude to serve people shitty food. You ever wonder why a cheesecake's so expensive? We're going to mix that lemon zest, that flour in. That'll spread that tartness throughout. Oh yeah, suck it, Kathy. I don't think you're hot anymore. You're probably a hog. And I don't think people think a hog is sacred there. Yeah, I concur. Oh yeah, well, probably if you made me anything, I would get sick off of it too. Sorry, go back to your Uber Eats, Kathy, and your Bollywood movies. think she's probably a hog. Yeah, well, I think probably you should give that number to Kathy, Jeremy. I think she would be appreciated. Allegedly a former movie star. Alright. So we got that going. It looks pretty good, yeah. Let's give it a taste so you know what you're dealing with. Sugar, lemon, flour, lemon. That's it. Now we're about ready to add some strawberries. And then if you get some crumbs in there, that's not the end of the world because it'll give it a good texture. Yeah. Strawberries, go ahead and knock those in. And we'll fold that into the batter here. What would I use chicken broth for? That part of the evening comes later. Yeah, I think we're done with the potato masher. We got everything we need out of that. And yeah, I'm making a mess, but guess what? I can clean it up when I'm done. Yeah, well, she probably needs some Imodium from her cooking, so I'm not too worried about it. She's still watching. She's just shut up. She got nasty and didn't come prepared to play to win. Oh yeah, she's back. Now I feel like you probably treat your body like a trash can, Kathy, and you let a lot of garbage in. Maybe I'm wrong though. But you're probably a low-moraled individual. Probably spoiled, never had to work for anything for herself, but you know. Yeah, well, at least my daddy's proud of me. Strawberry, correct. Recipe called for raspberries, but strawberries it is. But I find the strawberry and the lemon zest combine really nicely. Give it a taste, adjust it if you need to. Excellent. Okay. So now that we got that good to go, just make sure our spoon doesn't. Well, that's good. You probably did that. If you really are a movie star, you probably made yourself sick all the time. If it's really making you that sick, just, scroll on. Well, I think you're a sad individual just trying to troll. So best of luck to you. Really do wish you the best, Kathy, and maybe someday if you keep coming back to the channel, you don't gotta rely on Uber Eats every night. Yeah. I bet Kathy is short for Karen. Yeah, this is what we're working with here. Make sure you scrape out the bottom of the pan. Get it all in there. I'm sorry, I know this is a dinner. I don't know how many of you expected to cook cheesecake tonight, but yeah, well, you know, I know what I would do to our food, but you know. Do I get a liter of cola and hold the spit? Name that movie. Like that Uber driver isn't reaching in and eating her fries on the way there. You order a 10-piece nugget and it only comes with 7. Come on. Okay. Book says I gotta tap it on the counter or whatever. You gotta fight because of your cooking? That sounds nice. I don't think so, Kathy. Everybody here thinks you're, you know, a hog that doesn't know how to cook, that's living off of daddy's money, and has to order takeout every day. Definitely not the sharpest crayon in the box. What's going on, lemon meth? Yeah. So to get the air bubbles out, we're just gonna trusting Gordan on this one. You know. Supposedly, that gets the air out. I'm gonna go put it in the oven for 35 minutes. Hell yes, I did pest control. I'm gonna go throw it in the oven for 35 minutes at 350. And pull it off when the edges are set and the middle's a little bit wobbly. But I'm just gonna turn off my oven, crack the oven a little bit, and let it cool. Once it's cool to room temperature, I'll put it in the refrigerator. And then if it cracks, I'll cover it up with a butter, strawberry, sugar, rum, syrup combination or whatever. Put in your face, I'm moody tonight. Well, we got that far. You're gonna, you know, try treating people like you want to be treated. That'll help your moods. Into the oven it goes. Burgers and french fries are good. All right, if you're hanging with me, oh yeah, you know, she's, you know, the 2 on Tinder and Bumble that complains that she never gets any matches and how awful it is. But give me half a minute clean up here, and then we'll get reset and start working on dinner. Yeah. Sugar can go below. Make sure you close it tightly because you don't want ants. Yeah, and your ordered food sucks. It's going to get there lukewarm and probably molested by the delivery driver. So enjoy your delivery food. And I really hope you enjoy it too. Well, we're not judging. We just call facts out. Yeah, this is a mess, isn't it? Some of them did, but gonna letting this one hang out. Hey, well. Well, I mean, I might need that later. Dirty marg. Anything in life that's worth it ain't easy. Well, God, you're either really rich or you waste a lot of money, Kathy. God bless you. Yeah, apparently she never saw a tutor either. Guess that's not important for movie stars, is it? And I really did make a mess tonight. Daenerys would not be happy with me. I don't think she's on tonight though, so I think we're good. Yeah, cheesecake's pretty labor intensive, but there's a reason. It's amazing. Hoping it turns out good. If it doesn't crack, what I'm gonna do is just put, I'm gonna crumble up some more graham crackers and just spread it evenly across the, actually 2 wiener dogs in a rental home. Any other questions, Kathy? But yeah, I'm gonna crumble up graham crackers and put it on top of that cheesecake. If the cheesecake cracks, what I'm hoping to avoid, I'll have to figure something out and cover it up with something. Oh, thank you. I mean, the recipe called for raspberries, but I'll be honest, raspberries are way too expensive to buy out here in Hawaii. So, frozen strawberries diced up, close enough. A berry's a berries, you know. Yeah, I don't know why you always bring up Mexican spaghettis and beef Wellingtons, you know. Got some yams, and I'm gonna go wash off some store-bought chicken thighs. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, oh, she's saying I live in a Honda Civic. Well, guess what? I do drive a Honda Civic Si. Be jealous. What I miss? You'd rather eat me, me eggs than kung food? Yeah, I'm from Lansing, Michigan. Where are you from? Hmm. I thought she was saying she'd rather eat me. What? I know I'm a stud. Oh, I need a cutting board, don't I? I do need a cutting board. Any of you that are pro woodworkers, I'm looking for a new cutting board. Got a former coworker in mind, but I really don't want to reach out and say, hey, I know you make a really good product and I want your cutting board. Give me your wood. Because we didn't get along back yet, but he's a very good woodworker. What I missed from Miss Kathy. Yeah, what are you, some sort of princess or something, Kathy? Come on. What I miss? What I miss? Make me scroll up on this situation? Yeah, if you ain't never seen anybody cook, you ain't driving. And rich people don't have 7 cats. Come on. Next thing you're going to tell me is you're going to be driving a Lamborghini. Sorry, Miss Powerpuff. That was low. Yeah. So I got chicken, pat dried. Let's set that off to the side. Well, at least you're getting educated tonight. Dumb has a B for Bravo or B for boy at the end. It's a 4-letter word. Could use a peeler. That would probably be a better way to do it, but I'm just going to go ahead. Got these Okinawa yams or whatever, or sweet potatoes. I don't know the difference, but I can tell by the texture. I mean, I don't care what you call them, they're yams. Can't say I have the pest control. You know, maybe on a weekend, little pest control, you can get me talking about a Dutch oven, but no, I'm not into weird stuff like that. Could definitely use a speed peeler, and honestly, I would probably recommend that. You would end up wasting a lot less of the yams. We're just going to go around. But just use your chef's knife. That's one less thing to wash, but you'll have a little bit of waste. What's going on, Lance? Welcome to the chat. Apparently we got a retired actress from India on the line that's never seen anybody cook. I have my suspicions. She's never had to cook, but she orders takeout. I mean, if you've never seen anybody cook, you got somebody to order takeout for you. Yeah. So let's go ahead, dice this yam into, I guess the smaller pieces you cut in it, the more surface area will be exposed to the boiling water. And that way it'll cook faster. I'll tell you right now, you ain't the queen of pop, Kathy. And on the off chance you are, I'm okay with these betting odds. Yeah, that yam cooked. Probably one's enough, but I will use the other one as leftover for my breakfast carb. But apparently I still have, he also had chimpanzees, Kathy. I mean, you're comparing apples and oranges. But I also got mashed potatoes left over from last night, but you know, we'll see. I'm not gonna make a meal with just one Okinawa sweet potato. No, I'm making yams. And you know what? I might even make a casserole out of it at the end. But honestly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to boil them up starting from cold or room temperature water, boiling them up, add some salt, and then when they all float, they're ready to be mashed. And then I'm going to go smashy, 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 add some butter with them, and serve them alongside my chicken. It'll be great. You could definitely use a speed peeler. This would work out so much. I don't know. I'm probably gonna cut my finger here soon enough. I love the comeback of, "Oh, I'm not a crazy cat lady. Michael Jackson had a cat." That was impressive. Oh yeah, Owen versus Nicholas. I can't wait to see this fight. Who should I bet on? Is it going to be a scripted fight like what we had to watch on last Friday? Now these things are hard, so make sure you have a sharp knife. And I'm literally putting this in boiled water and I've just touched food. I'm not worried about it. What's up, dirty chicken? How you doing? Honestly, a lot of the time I shop at the front of the store where it's like, oh, we ordered too much food. This stuff is what's on sale. So I end up with bullshit like Okinawa sweet potato here. So we'll see. So I got plenty of yam here. Probably about looks like I got about 3 servings of yam here. Do you know how I can tell? Because, you know, think about what you're going to put on your plate. We're going to add some butter to it. So 1 medium yam is going to make you 1.5 servings or so. Just hanging out with my dogs. It's going to be good. But, so, yam's going into cold water. Not cold, but, you know, room temperature. We'll turn on the boiler. Not the boiler, the burner. And then when the water starts boiling, we'll add salt. And we'll cook the yams until they're all floating. Then we'll mash them with butter or cream or whatever. Well, I don't know. I think you get a lot of Tell me, who's more hillbilly? The Scots, the Welsh, or the Irish? Uh, and the hills are a little bit different from the bills if we're talking about, hillbillies. Technically that's a combination of terms. Uh, you could probably apply it to an ethnic group where you're from, Nicholas, and we'd be interested to hear your thoughts on the matter. Mm, I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say his probably mother read the Bible, Owen, but you could be onto something. Wow, whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm assuming you're talking to Owen, Nicholas. I said your mom was a Bible reader, yeah? Hmm. You know why they wear a kilt, don't you, Lance? Are you talking to Owen or are you talking to me, Lance? Or, sorry, not Lance, Nicholas. You gotta call out who you're talking shit to. I'm thin skinned. I mean, Owen is kind of a hillbilly name, to be honest. So it could have been meant as a compliment. It's a strong name. I'm a big fan. I've never met an Owen that I don't like. Met lots of Nicks that I don't like. You know, just to stir the pot a little bit. Oh yeah, if you're gonna give it, you gotta give it right back. Yeah. Hmm. No, it literally means a sword. Swords are cool. But that's interesting. Certified op jumping in from off stage to trying to make it a battle melee or a battle royale. Yeah, I mean Owen's a strong name. Just because it's a hillbilly name doesn't mean it's a bad name. There's nothing offensive about being called a hillbilly. It's not a bad thing. It's just what you are. Mm, consider it. I will consider it. All right, break out the Webster's Dictionary certified op and tell me what a lance is. All right, good night, Kathy. Enjoy your takeout and thanks for joining in. And, hope you had a good time. Yeah, well, sometimes it turns out like ass, pest control. Yeah. Well, good for you, Kathy. I mean, if you live nice, we're happy for you. We really are. Here at Cooking Conspiracy, we live and let live, but, hey, somebody starts something, we ain't gonna take it laying down. On the bright side, there's like a 24-hour clock where it resets, where we treat you like a newcomer tomorrow. It's alright. We hope to see you back, Kathy, since you've never seen somebody cook before. What's wrong with being Owen's a strong name, but when I do hear the name Owen, I do think of Kentucky. Allegedly pest control. Allegedly. I don't know. My mom came from hill country, also Amish country, but it's neither here nor there. We don't judge. I think the jury's still out. What does that even mean, pest control? I'm concerned about your well being. this. What? Jesus, they go away for 30 seconds. Not everybody from Texas is inbred certified ops. Okay, and this is Nicholas via. Well, sorry, we do use silverware, Kathy. Nicholas and Owen are going back and forth. I don't know. He got your blood pressure up, Owen. You better finish it. Pest control. I'm sorry. You've just earned yourself a timeout. It's not personal. You were just very repetitive, and the joke wasn't landing. Be more clever. I didn't want to have to do that pest control. I really didn't. But we got tired of hearing about your coughing. Yeah, about 240 seconds left of probation. Would like a full apology, but you're going to come back with spamming about coughing, so we'll see. So we got these little chicken thighs. I didn't realize it, but they're already bone out here. So, did we get a peace treaty? We got a peace treaty. Nicholas and Owen, do we have a peace treaty? Alright, so we got bone out, skin on chicken thighs. So I'm going to season them real simply here. Oh, I'm running out of salt. This could be an issue, but I think I got enough. Salt on the skins. We're going to do chili powder and garlic powder. Making chicken thighs. Well, I mean, I kind of want to know if I need to get my popcorn or not. Now you don't want to load up too much on the seasoning because especially the powdered seasoning can burn in the pan. But I think we'll be fine. We're not going to cook at that high heat. We're not going past medium. And a little bit of crispiness is okay. These are pretty thin, so they won't take very long. The bone's already out of them. So we should be alright. We'll see though. Yeah, I could, Kathy, but you know, it's a little bit of a long reach here. Oh man, the stupid stuff you're saying is fueling my chat rate, so win. Salt on, garlic powder, chili powder. Very simple. Let the yams finish cooking. They probably got about 5 minutes left or so. Mash them up and then we'll cook our chicken. Orange juice and soy. I got soy. I don't have any orange juice. Yeah, certified ops? It would be if I had planned ahead and marinated. And, you know, some people have time to make a marinade 4 hours before dinner, but some of us work. You know? It's going to be simple. I mean, it's thin chicken. You're going to have this skin nice and crispy. It's not like a steak where you need to penetrate all the way through. I mean, you're doing little bites and seasoning front and back. Everybody's going to have plenty of seasoning. We'll I'll tell you right now, Colonel Sanders doesn't marinate his chicken. Oh man, just answer emails, that type of thing. Nolan, supervise mechanics. It's all good. But since I got some time, I'm going to clean up my workspace a little bit. Make it spicy. I put a little bit of chili powder on it. You could add, I don't know, something that's a little bit spicier than chili on it. I don't think that really adds to the dish, although you're going to have creamy yams that would counterbalance the spice out, so that could be pretty good. I think you're thinking of Chick-fil-A stir-fried ops. We did that a couple nights ago on here, actually. Marinated some chicken fillets in whole milk with vinegar, what turns it into buttermilk, pickle juice, garlic, dill, for a couple hours or so. You don't need a whole ton. Then fried it up, make a kind of like a Chick-fil-A sandwich. Welcome back, pest control. Hope we learned something. But made little Chick-fil-A sandwich knockoffs, and they were pretty good. Yeah, no problem. Water under the bridge. Yeah, you've established that you're moody, Kathy. I recommend having some wine. No, they're just chilling. I walked them right before this. No beer tonight. This dirty margarita, what means literally tequila, lime juice, and triple sec. Once again, I have work tomorrow, so it's kind of a chill night, Now I forgot to put in the salt. You don't want non-salted yams. I'm almost out of salt, so we're going to put the rest of it in. If they're not salty enough when it comes out, I'll just put seasoning salt on them. It'll be alright. Not worried. These yams are definitely taking a little bit longer than like potatoes would, but that's okay. Yeah, MSG, salt, they're the same thing, aren't they? I think dirty chicken, I think it's just a fancy name for sweet potatoes. Why do you think I'm moody? Because you've said it like 17 times, Kathy. How much wine have you had to drink tonight? Now that we're judging, I don't know, isn't it just like better salt? Oh man, throwing it in from the top rope. I love it, Owen. I thought that had died down a little bit, but I think that just might have reinvigorated the war. I respect that. Yeah, I don't know. Kamala Harris might like wine too. I have no idea what she does on a Thursday night. I've never really understood the sweet potato casserole thing. I mean, that's all with like the mushrooms and brown sugar on top. That's always been like disgusting to me. Yeah, that's fair, certified op, but doesn't that what salt does? One, Kathy, you don't know shit about my cake. And two, I checked it like 2 minutes ago and it's not burning. Oh, thank you, the Swole 1981. Whether you're a dude or not, thank you for the honest compliment. I appreciate it. Yeah, well, 3 hours it'll be my Friday. Actually, 3.5. I appreciate that, Swoley 1981. I really do. Makes me smile. I'm gonna go check my cake. Alright, it needs a couple more minutes in there and it'll crack the oven and it'll cool for like 45 minutes. Y'all probably won't see the finished product of the cheesecake tonight, but I'll let you know how it turned out tomorrow. I need a fork. I'm going to see how close we are to mashing these up. Let's see if I can scoop one out. I need another minute or so and then we'll be able to mash it. I mean, you don't want it too mushy, but you definitely don't want it too hard in this situation. I think just Kathy's drunk. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. What's going on, Tala? How you doing? Depends what you're doing with it, Nicholas. If you're making like a grilled cheese sandwich, yes. Like putting mayo on the outside of the bread instead of frying it in butter, yeah. But most of the time, no. Mayo has a flavor to it. What are you trying to do, Nicholas? What do you do with the food counter? I make food. Yeah, I'm starting to think Kathy's about 14. Went from a retired movie star to living with her brother. And again, she could be living at home wearing Depends. Now, this is ready to be mashed up, so I'm going to go take the water and drain it off through a sieve, and I'll be right back. Turn your burner off. Okay, y'all remember the potato masher from earlier? We're gonna put that back in it. Ooh, hold on. Live in Hawaii, but yeah, born and raised in Michigan, so I appreciate that, Swole. Oh, thank you, Tala. Hope I bring you joy as well. Yeah, you could use shortening, you could use oil. I mean, mayo is just an egg and olive oil or egg and oil, so it'll be a little bit differently. I would probably use some sort of fat. Mayo's got the egg in it. All right. So, into our yams here. Let's put some fat. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and give it a scoop of sour cream. Why not? I give it a little bit of a more of a flavor, and you could use Parmesan cheese. You can do whatever. I'm gonna put a little bit of butter in there too, actually. And I mean, those yams are still pretty hot, so the butter is gonna melt down fairly quickly. I'll just do a tablespoon for this amount, you know? These are gonna be very rich, they're gonna be good. Okay, yeah, I was from Lansing. Sheldon Neely, I'll have to look him up. I'm not familiar off the top of my head. Okay, yeah, I'm funny that you say that, Swole. I'm at Hickam Air Force Base right now, right up the road from Schofield. We're just going to take the butter, sour cream, mash it into the yams. I guess if you add some fresh herbs, you can mix that in too. But Penny, just eat your food. Yeah, I'm gonna mash that down a little bit more. And honestly, I should have put Parmesan in here. I was missing something. Could go get it now, but honestly, just when I'm ready to serve it, I'll sprinkle some Parm over the top of it. It'll be good. Yeah, big fan of the people down in Texas. They got a lot of different. I mean, Texas is very different depending on where you go, you know. But lots of really, really cool stuff down there. I mean, the only parts of Texas I've really spent a whole lot of time in is North Texas, a little bit west of Dallas, Fort Worth, but a lot of good stuff down there. Purple. Put a lid on that. We'll put it up top. Let it stay warm. Now, go ahead and put the cutting board on top of the bowl. Pull the burner towards me so you can see what we're doing. Adjust the camera angle. Wipe down the grease. You know, I think we can go 2 thighs at a time on this one. Well, I don't know what Montana did to you, Owen. Oh, yeah. something that's tough to get a good sundress, though. I mean, well, I'll make your pants grow tighter faster than most things. We're just gonna go standard fry pan here. Make sure your area is free of combustibles. We're gonna turn it on just medium. Whatever medium is you, 5 out of 10. YouTuber, that would give you some sort of sick pleasure. But who am I to deny you a good time, right? There, timeout. Bam! Oh yeah, there's a little bit of everything down there. Swoley. Texas has a stereotype, but literally whatever you're looking for, you can find in Texas. Sorry, I made cheesecake earlier. I caught my dog trying to lick the bowl while we wait for the pan to preheat. Oh yeah, sorry about that. I love King of the Hill, and did you hear they're coming out with a reboot of it? I think it's supposed to like take place like 10 years after the show ended. I'm excited. King of the Hill was very formative in my childhood. Favorite television show. I like my dogs too, thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not sure when it's going to be released, Dirty Chicken, but yeah, it'll be great. Alright, now, if you were a betting man, Owen, would you predict that more Owens than not are from Hill Country? I mean, it was a reasonable assumption. Like I said, I'm on your side, but, nothing wrong with being a hillbilly, but how long were you in Montana for, Owen? Alright, that feels like that's warm enough to fry chicken. So let's go ahead and take a neutral oil. We're going to use avocado. Every once in a while it pops up, yeah. Are you telling me there's no hillbillies in Montana? Nothing? I'll be honest, I'm not familiar with where the name Owen comes from, but just based on anecdotal studies. Like I said, being a hillbilly ain't a bad thing. My mom came from Amish country, so I'm familiar. She may have gone to prom on a tractor. There's some debate about it. What's going on, Carrie? We made a cheesecake. Go ahead, throw in some chicken thighs, skin on. They are deboned. I'm gonna go skin side down first, medium heat. The skin will protect it. I'm gonna go get the splatter guard though. I'll be right back. I'm having a hard time finding the splatter guard. We got a situation. Now, worst case scenario, I burn the skin and I just rip the skin off, you know. But you don't want undercooked chicken. Oh, man. Okay, you know, so real city slicker from Bozeman or what? Hey, Kathy, nobody cares what you look like. Hate to break it to you, honey. But we do think you're 400 pounds. Cheesecake should be pretty good. Well, you know, I don't get why being called a hillbilly is so offensive. Oh, well, you know, there's always some weird stuff. We don't start fights, but we'll engage in them. Yeah. Kathy, you're drunk. I really do think you're drunk. Some of them, yeah, but then I put them outside and then they all died, so. I don't know what type of Buffalo Bob thing you got going on, but you don't wear your wife. You know, where is your wife? Different conversation. Splatter guard off. Let's see what we got going on here. Moving around freely? No, it's not. So, ooh, that's probably ready to be cooked or flipped then. This one, yeah, but you can kind of view it. This needs another minute, a couple minutes before we flip it, I think. Yeah, Kathy's drunk. So, maybe you're not a hillbilly Owen, but a hillbilly descent. Ah, man, a lot of children don't resemble their parents' life choices. But you definitely didn't rule yourself out from being a hillbilly by living in Montana for 13 years. I don't think ethnicity has anything to do with being a hillbilly. I mean, yeah. You can be a hillbilly from any ethnic background. I mean, it's not like anybody said you were living in a trailer park. I could see why that's offensive. Not a lot of good people grow up in those, but no, you're not. You're living with your brother, Kathy. You outed yourself on that one. We're going to flip these before they burn. I think I burned a little bit of the skin. Not too bad. I think it'll just be crispy. That one will be about perfect. But the skin itself didn't burn, just the seasoning. So that's why I don't put too much seasoning on them. Okay, Owen. Apparently you think it's the worst thing ever to be called a hillbilly. I guess we'll go back to calling you the city slicker from Montana. Or just Montana City Slicker for short. Originally from Houston. Better? Yeah, I thought we called them Scottish dirty chicken. Isn't that what a British hillbilly is? I think I'm actually from Welsh descent, come to think of it, dirty chicken. Well, good. We don't like you either, Kathy. Why do you feel like you need to keep telling us you don't like you? You're 61, you live with your brother, and you're not married with 7 cats. That's kind of a depressing existence, but we're here for you. So what's a shog, Kayria? Is that the rough equivalent of a... Yeah, that is a sad story. But she wasn't from the hills, was she? No, Tom. Descended from everything white Northern European. I think a little bit of UK, Welsh, Scottish. Mom's side from Germany. Well, yeah, I mean, nobody's doubting that, but we're asking if she was from the hills. Because if I remember correctly, a lot of the Cherokee's territory was pretty hilly. Yeah, I'm not talking about that, you know. We're just asking about geographical location, and I think you know where this is going. I mean, did she grow up in hill country? Well, had good land. Alright, we're done. You know. American thing, Kathy, you want to go. Yeah, I don't know, I don't have a whole lot of Mexican or Spanish blood in me. Northern European, so like, okay, so we're going to pull out before it's too late. We're getting close to that. So we're just going to set it up to the side here. And we're going to get like an oven rack to let it dry off so I can get a little bit crispy here. Make sure you don't splatter yourself with oil. unfortunate, you know. So we'll just use 2 utensils. Honestly, I don't know if this chicken's done enough. You could use a utensil, but I'm just gonna check it when I cut into it, and I'm sure it's fine. Let that cool off for a couple minutes. Put a cover over it so it stays warm. We're putting the next one in. Probably should deglaze the pan so it doesn't, so I don't have to worry about all this char getting on it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of vinegar of some type in it. That happens to be rice vinegar. You use white vinegar, you could use lemon juice, but that'll help deglaze the pan. I'm just going to take my spoon, spatula, or whatever, get all the burnt bits off so I have a nice clean cooking surface there. Scratch that all up off to the side. And, you know, worst case scenario, that gives a little bit of acidity to the chicken. And I'll just push all that burnt bits up to the side, and I'm really not going to worry about them. They look kind of burnt, so I'll call this a scoop and score. I'm just going to give it a quick, man, shit. Don't touch the oil, it's hot, but just get most of the burn bits out just like that. And then just pretend not to see the other bits, you know, it'll be fine. Now the pan coming back up to temperature here. Flag, please, chef, cook. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Let me find it. While the pan's preheating. There we go. Is that what you were looking for, Tom? I'm assuming that's what you meant by a flag. Oil goes in using avocado oil. Don't use anything that's going to burn. Chicken, skin side down. The skin's a lot more durable. It'll protect the chicken from burning. Worst case scenario, you just yank the skin off. Tom's trying to get me going here. Tom knows what flag that is, so I'm not gonna let him get me. It's a flag of champions. Alright, well maybe I should have used the chopsticks. Chop, 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 chop. Put your splatter guard back on. That should keep some of the oil. Yeah, a line of Coke would be quite a rush. I'd add some seasoning for sure. Not what I'm looking for, but I feel like we got into it the other night, Tom, but I'm not sure. Not sure. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Thank you, Owen. Well, that's what I told them, you know. Anybody that can read in the whole wide world knows that flag. That flag is more recognizable than Coca-Cola. We are cool, Owen. We are cool. Oh, yes! We did get into it with you, Tom, and you live on a rock, and you... yeah, you're getting me going, Tom, from the Netherlands. Thanks to us, you're not speaking German, although you probably learned it just in case. Because you know you can't stop yourself from having to learn German. Yeah, I don't think it's burning yet, white out, but I could be wrong. Everybody knows the U.S. flag. Sprechen die Deutsch? Well, because of us, you didn't have to, so you're welcome. No, but I've heard possum's not bad. Never ate it myself, but I'd be willing to try it. Give it a couple minutes on that side, and we'll flip it back over. We want to make sure the chicken's cooked all the way through. And the skin's going to be a lot more forgiving than the actual flesh of the chicken. And Nicholas, after being down on the mat, you know, at a 9 count, gets back up and starts throwing haymakers. Yeah, a lot of people want a piece of my cock, you know. Well, that's what the French call it anyways. I don't know what they're talking about. Lukewarm Lions fans, lukewarm Steelers fans. Oh, just a reflection off of the burner. Well, probably in Ukraine. I don't know. Okay, you lived in Montana, Missouri, and Texas? And you're saying you got a cookbook with a recipe for possum? And you're saying you're not a hillbilly? I thought the joke was dead, but then you interject that into it. Oh, thanks, Elliot. I appreciate that. Not recently, but did go for a nice dog walk today. Honestly, that's most of my exercise is walking my dog. So, got good crust on that. We'll give it a couple minutes. Not crust, but spear. We'll give it a couple minutes, and we'll put it with other chicken, and then we'll pair it up with the yams, and we'll eat the best two looking thighs. Which is generally a good practice in life. Yeah, I mean, I do have breakfast tomorrow, and I can assure you, if I wanted to eat all this, I could. No, I just prefer to stand up and cook in my living room. Better camera angle, so I can look you deep in the eyes and have deep conversations. I don't know, Kathy. Do you know any good tricks? Like, what do you want me to say to that? No. I mean, generally people don't pop by unannounced. Well, I actually strike that. During trick-or-treating they did, but I ignored those bastards. Good for you, Wayne Bird. I'm happy for you. I assume you used some good powder or something. Yeah, I don't think so either, Dirty Chicken. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I just think she's misrepresenting us, you know. You should be open, honest, and happy. Ooh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's going to be crisp. No, Not sure what Hawaii's laws are. Pretty sure they don't, but no. I feel more comfortable in states with capital punishment. You gotta trust the justice system. You mess with children, murder kids, yeah, you deserve it. Kathy, you really don't add much to this fat, do you? This one's for pest control. Yeah, look at that. Got the juice dripping down. Let's go ahead and put it on our cooking rack. We'll let the chicken cool for another minute or so. Then we'll put the yams into that chicken juice with 2 of the chicken thighs, and it'll be amazing. So let's hold on for half a minute. Hopefully my dogs don't try to steal the chicken thighs. I make a quick stop. I mean, if you wanted to, you probably could. You know, try Googling it. It's not that exciting. There's a lot on YouTube. I mean, I'm not going to get into the ethics of it, but, I mean, if there's beyond a reasonable doubt and you deserve it, you deserve it. Don't commit capital crimes if you can't handle it. Are we still talking about the death penalty? God, you people ask the randomest thing. Yeah, I've ordered takeaway before. Takeout, same thing. Big Bang sucks as a show, to be honest. Now, you see what I'm going to do with all this chicken grease that's dripped off of that chicken? I think you know the answer, whether you want to or not. We're going to take these hot yams, take a big scoop of them, or about half of them, and we're going to kind of swirl them around. Give it a little bit of a pat down. Just a TSA pat down, nothing too seriously. Put a lid on them, put the pan back above. Probably will forget about them until tomorrow. It happens. Now take these 2 beautiful chicken thighs. So one's a little dark on the camera, that one's about perfect. They're nice and crispy. And I guess I got some frozen peas if I want to make a vegetable, but we're not going to go down that road. We're just going to start eating. That being said, I'm going to put butter and the frozen peas back in the Chicken's always a wild card. I'm a little bit worried, always a little bit worried that I didn't cook enough or I overcooked it or whatever. Because dried chicken really sucks. Uh-oh. I saw a mother comment. Usually don't eat breakfast. I think a lot of states have a last meal. I think that's a thing. Suck it, Kathy. Dirty chicken. The U.S. most places give you the last meal. Usually you get whatever you want. I'm glad to help you, YouTuber. Welcome back from puppy jail. All right, trying the yams. It's purple, judge-free zone. Delicious. It's kind of the chicken. I don't see any pink. It looks cooked all the way through. Let's bite into it and make sure it's not too dry, like Kathy. Excellent. It's moist. Delicious. Yeah, Google was wrong on that one. I thought none of the UK had a death penalty anymore. But, oh yeah, that's some perfectly cooked chicken. And the dogs know it. And the yams and the chicken juice or whatever. I was gonna put some Parmesan on top of it, but I don't think they need it. Hold on, what exactly are you asking for, Elliot? I'm hoping it's not a glory hole situation. Because sometimes I like to look before I leave, you know what I'm saying? Good night, Kathy. Thanks for joining. Enjoy your hangover tomorrow because you're obviously drunk. No, I think they pretty much get whatever they want. I don't know if it's an ethics thing or like a morality thing or whatever, but I think the prisons try pretty hard to give them one last good meal. Yeah, well, that's true. They do that. Penny, no. Loves me some good dark meat chicken. Concur, YouTuber, but you made your point. No spamming. What's going on, Danny? How you doing tonight? So we're just eating. Fried up some chicken thighs. That's the skin on top there. Got cheesecake that's cooling in the oven. Yes, I said that right. It is cooling in the oven. And some sweet potato, yeah? Or yams, whatever they are. Yeah, I mean, government waste. What are you going to do, Owen? Hey, no, Penny. Thank you, Daenerys. Well, Elliot, according to your British hero, Gordan Ramsay, it does. because sometimes I'm not above using a recipe, and look, it says bake in the preheated oven for 35 minutes. So suck it. Yeah, YouTuber's out of probation. His probation officer approved. Go to jail, dogs. Jail. They know what that means. I don't like the begging. They gotta go to their kennels. Kick out jail? And jail. They're kind of like Kathy begging for attention, aren't they? Thanks, Nicholas. Well, I ate a shit ton of cheesecake batter, so. I mean, it's 2 chicken thighs and a yam. Maybe I just really like to drink sugary drinks with lots of calories. Oh my god, the batter was pretty good. Yeah, you're not going to be able to feel this crispy skin from there. I don't think you can hear it either. Go to jail. Gotta give him a treat now that I told him to go to jail, though. And here I am thinking only Americans are fat asses, Elliot. Oh my god, the skin's amazing. Dogs ain't getting any of the skin. Hold on, what on this? They go to their kennels when I tell them to go to jail. That's it, Elliot. And most days they don't shit in the house, so that makes me pretty happy. Sometimes these things happen, Nicholas. Damn it. Water. I had a margarita, but actually water. It's work night. Gotta be ready to go tomorrow. Got a Thanksgiving potluck that I'm planning to win with my cheesecake, so. Well, nope. Mom and Dad still married. They've been together my whole life. Stable, healthy childhood. Was not in the Boy Scouts. Never made the varsity choir, so I never got molested. Any other questions, Elliot? Parents doing well to this day. Nah, supervise, logistics. Well, I thought that was relevant to the conversation, Dirty Chicken. I mean, felt like that was what Elliot was getting at. Just wanted to establish that I had a normal, healthy childhood. Thank you, Dirty Chicken. Well, on this one, your intuition sucked ass, Elliot. Sorry about that. Oh, thank you, Awa. Welcome back. Brothers, mom did feminine stuff, admin, and dad was a firefighter. I mean, no, I did not have two moms, if that's what you were asking, Elliot. He probably is a psychologist, but if he is, he sucks at his job so far. His profile is a little bit off. People with a bad childhood don't have a Vitamix blender or all-clad cookware. They use T-fail. Not that there's anything wrong with T-fail. I'm not stressed. Elliot from the UK or Bath or wherever he said he was from. Well, you implied, that I didn't have a father, that's a little bit of an implication on that one, buddy. Sorry, Dirty Chicken. Where did he say he was from? Oh, somewhere in there. Yeah, I'm doing just good. Now, into that chicken grease, you know what we're going to do? Yeah, throw those yams in there. These are calorie-dense food. Give me plenty of energy, And just absorb all that grease. Okay, come on. Does this not make your pants grow tight? Nice, crisp chicken skin cooked underneath all the way through perfectly. Probably moist still in the center. Let's go figure it out. Yeah, and what would be wrong with that, Owen? What's going on, Phasia? Haven't seen you in a bit. Oh, I totally thought you were a dude, Dirty Chicken. Well, I guess I still think you're a dude. No. But my question is, how does whoever I sleep with affect any of you? And why do you think I'd be offended by that? Well, good to know. I'm gonna have to think about that and analyze the Dirty Chicken name. Panina Basto. replied to my, yeah, I don't know. Somebody called me gay, and I said, what does it matter? Oh, he's on the defensive now. Oh. It's all right, Elliot. You don't need to stress. No offense has been taken. Owen, same thing. We're all good. My dogs. Sit. That's why you should stay organized. Well, that escalated, Elliot. You get a little bit snowflake-ish there. And that kind of did escalate quickly. I mean, I'm gonna have to rewind the tape to figure out what we're dealing with here. But today it's briefs, you know. What about you, dirty chicken? Hey, quiet, Penny. Oh yeah. It's in the oven, cooling off slowly. Crack the oven door, turn off the heat. Trying to cool it down slowly so it doesn't crack. Because I really don't feel like covering it up. Nope, just Tom R. You know, the only thing I get is I look like Joey from Friends. What? I don't really see it. Do you remember, though, that Ted Bundy threw for 4 touchdowns in a playoff game, though? I'll take a picture of it. It's still cooling in the oven. I just let my phone died, so we're gonna walk back. The world is not ended. The FBI might come. Not a big fan. Battery died on my phone. Maybe someday. Go right back. Me neither. Live stream. Yeah. Battery died. Strawberry compote. Like, is that just a strawberry syrup? Yeah, I might make that in a little bit. But honestly, if it comes out nicely, we are just going to crumble up some graham crackers and throw it on top. Yeah. We caught back up. Cheesecake did not explode. Yeah, just real quick. Just to show that I'm still alive and I feel bad for ghosting people. That's generally not good practice, so got my stove braced open, letting the heat escape slowly because I don't want my cheesecake to crack. It's in a springform pan. So letting the oven heat out. I don't know, it was either this or try to cook in water or something. But there's a dog. Kiko, what's up, buddy? What's up? Yeah. Another thing I'm gonna bring to the potluck is just like 3 pineapples we're gonna dice up. You know, we're gonna keep it real simple and yeah, Elliot, I know you want to see my panties. I thought I did briefs today, but I go back and forth sometimes. I'm a little bit weirded out by that question, but to each their own. I think I'm going to call it a night, guys. I just didn't want to ghost you. That's pretty rude. So, yeah. Here are my dogs doing the dishes. And then after they're done with the pan, I'll rinse it out with soap and water. But Penny, plants are doing all right. That could be better, but you know, I think I put them outside too soon, and then they all fell over. So choices were made. Yeah, you would like that, Elliot, but I'm a little bit worried that you're too concerned about my panties. Is that right, Penny? Nope. Nope, we're not going to do that. We're going to go out in the yard and bark at the neighbors. But Elliot, Haywa, you know, Lance, I think you're probably gone. Dirty Chicken, all you guys. It was good seeing you all again. Owen, not Hillbilly Owen. It was good to have you all with us. But yes, that's a miniature long-haired Dachshund, and that is a short-haired standard-sized Dachshund. Big black wiener, little brown wiener. Just see if I can give you some scale. There's 1 foot. See the difference? Yeah, he's a big wiener. Little wiener. Big wiener. Little wiener. Anyways, good night, guys. Have a good one. God bless.